Welcome to the HUD Section 3 Business Registry training. The HUD Section 3 Business Registry is a web-based system that houses data about firms that have self-certified that they meet one of the 3 regulatory criteria of a Section 3 business. The system also features a searchable database that can be used by agencies that receive HUD funds, developers, contractors, and others to facilitate the award of certain HUD-funded contracts. The database can be used by Section 3 residents to identify businesses that may have employment opportunities. You can access the business registry by going to www.hud.gov/section3. Once there, you'll see the Section 3 Business Registry area at the top right, and you can click on any of these links to access the business registry directly. On the landing page, you'll see what is the Section 3 Business Registry, which explains a little bit more about the registry itself. You can also get there by clicking on this very first link on the left, what is the Section 3 Business Registry. The next link is Am I a Section 3 Business? And this is one that you would use to check to see whether you qualify as a Section 3 business. You simply click on the link and several forms will pop up. You'll want to answer each question and then click the check button at the bottom of each form. And this will tell you whether or not you qualify based on this certain criterion. Please note that all of the fields are required fields. The first form asks, is 51% of your business owned by Section 3 residents? This is to check to see whether or not at least 51% of your business is owned by Section 3 residents, one of the 3 possible criteria. For the first one, input percent owned by Section 3 residents. You'll put this as a whole number without a percentage sign. So for instance, if 55% is owned by Section 3 residents, you'll enter 55. Next, you'll enter, for B, the percent owned by all others. I'll put 45. Note that the 2 of these must equal 100. Once you're done, simply click the check button, and you'll get a pop-up that says, in this instance, congratulations, your firm meets the eligibility criteria to be certified as a Section 3 business. To dismiss the dialog, click OK. You'll also notice a green yes appears at the very top after you've successfully checked this and you meet the criterion. If I were to choose 30 as the percentage owned by Section 3 residents and 70% as being owned by all others and click check, you'll now see a pop-up that says, sorry, your firm doesn't meet this eligibility criteria to be certified as a Section 3 business. To dismiss, click OK. And this time you'll see a red no. For number 2, it asks, does 30% of your current full-time staff meet the definition of a Section 3 resident? Under A, you'll put the total number of full-time employees, so let's say there are 100. Under B, you'll put the number of full-time employees that currently meet the definition of a Section 3 resident. So this must be less than or equal to the first one. Let's say that it is 50. And in C, it asks you to enter the number of full-time employees that may have met the definition of a Section 3 resident within the last 3 years. Let's say that was 10. Once I click check, it says, congratulations again, you meet the eligibility criteria to be certified as a Section 3 business. To dismiss, click OK, and you'll see the green yes at the top. Suppose we have 50 for the total number of employees, and 10 full-time staff are currently Section 3 residents, and let's say 2 met that definition within the last 3 years. When I click check, it says, sorry, your firm doesn't meet this eligibility criteria to be certified as a Section 3 business. To dismiss, click OK. You'll see in this case only 24% were eligible, whereas we need at least 30%. So you'll see a no at the top. For the third and final question, does your business have evidence of firm commitments to provide 25% of the total dollar amount of subcontracts to Section 3 businesses? For A, you'll enter the total dollar amount of subcontracts to be awarded with HUD funds. Let's say this is $50,000. And for B, you'll enter the total dollar amount of HUD-funded subcontracts to be awarded to Section 3 businesses. So let's say that that was $25,000. When I click check, I'll get a congratulations, your firm meets the eligibility criteria to be certified as a Section 3 business. To dismiss, I'll click OK, and you'll see the green yes at the top. Suppose we had $100,000 and $10,000 of that was awarded to Section 3 businesses. When I click check, I see, sorry, your firm doesn't meet this eligibility criteria to be certified as a Section 3 business. Dismiss by clicking OK, and you'll see a no at the top this time. Keep in mind that your firm only needs to get one yes out of these three in order to be considered a Section 3 business. Next, we'll take a look at the third option here at the top, register a business. When you click on register a business, this page allows you to register for Section 3 self-certification. Notice at the very top it says all fields with a red asterisk are required. So if you take a look below at the form fields, you'll see a red asterisk next to the name of each field that is required. You won't be able to submit the form without filling in those fields that have red asterisks next to the name. The very first thing you must do is select the information at the top, which refers to the location of your business. You'll need to select each one, a state, county, city, and zip code. Note as you select these at the top, the information will be filled out for you in the bottom. So first we'll choose a state, let's say the state of Florida. The page will then show you all of the possible counties from Florida. So let's choose Broward County. You'll next be able to choose from a list of cities within that county. We'll choose Deerfield Beach. And then it allows you to select a list of the zip codes. We'll choose 33443. You'll notice as I selected from the top, each of these city, county, state, and zip code fields were entered for you at the bottom. The first required field is going to be business name. So I'll simply enter test name. Next is your street address. Again, you don't need to fill out anything for the next four fields because they've been filled out for you based on the fields at the top. So those are read-only fields now. You want to enter your business phone number. And for this, you'll want to enter a full 10-digit with the area code. You'll notice as I type in just the numbers that it's formatted for you. So you don't need to enter parentheses, spaces, or dashes. Business website address is optional. Next is the business point of contact, and this is also a required field. For business email, you'll enter the contact email for the business. Contact telephone number is optional. And again, this is one where you'll simply enter the digits and it will be formatted for you. Next is number of employees, and you'll enter only digits here and in full numbers. This is also a required field. The next field is optional, business license. The next is also optional if you have an NAICS code. Next is a required field, year the business was established. You'll enter a 4-digit year here. The next two are optional fields. You can enter a DUNS number and optionally an EIN. If you need more information about these, you can simply hover over the question mark to the right, and it will tell you a little bit more about what the DUNS number is and about what the EIN is. Next is the business capabilities narrative, and this is a summary of a company's ability to perform. Narratives must be less than 4,000 characters, and this is an optional section. The next optional field says, please note any locations within the metropolitan area that your business is not willing to serve. And in this location, we'd like you to enter county and/or city area that the business is not willing to serve. In this case, entries must be less than 200 characters, and again, this is optional. The next is the Section 3 business criteria. You must select one or more of these criteria in order to show that you qualify as a Section 3 business, and this is a required field. You'll note that these three, A, B, and C, correspond to the three Am I a Section 3 business questions that we just looked at previously. So we'll say we meet criterion B. The next section asks you to check the appropriate box or boxes that describe the type of services that your business provides. You must check at least one of these boxes. Let's say we provide IT as well as security. You can also choose other if your type of business service is not listed above, but keep in mind that if you do choose other, you must enter another type in the other field below. The next question asks, is your business currently hiring new employees? It defaults to no, but if you are hiring new employees, you can choose yes. This will allow Section 3 residents who are looking for work to find jobs that are available for Section 3 residents. Next is the self-certification, and you should read all of the text within here that says what you are certifying to. To see all the text, you can simply scroll down to the bottom by choosing the scroll bar on the right. Once you've done that, you'll want to click Register Business. And your business information will be saved in the database. Now, if you didn't enter some of the data correctly at the top of the form, you may get an error explaining what you didn't fill out correctly, and you can simply correct that data and then submit the form once again. After you have successfully submitted the form, you should get the business registration confirmation page. And this page gives you a summary of all the information that you entered in the last step. You can read all the information and verify that it's correct. If for some reason you need to change any of this information, simply click the Cancel button and you'll be able to go back and change any of the information and submit the form again. If you're satisfied that the information is correct, then you simply click the Register Business button. Once you do that, you should get a confirmation page that says your business has been successfully registered with the HUD Section 3 Business Registry. From here, you can either exit the system, or if you would like to search for a business, you can do that by choosing Search for a Business. Since the next step in this training is going to be to search for a business, we'll click on Search for a Business. Note that you can also get to the Search for a Business at any time by clicking on the Search for a Business link at the very top right. To search for a business, you'll select any number of the criteria that you see at the top. You'll want to choose location criteria first. Only the state is required. All the others are optional. We'll choose Florida once again. After that, you can also choose a type of business if you'd like. by clicking on one or more of the checkboxes below. You can also choose to show only businesses that are hiring by checking this checkbox. Once you have the criteria that you want, in this case we're checking companies in Florida that provide IT services, you'll click Search for Business, and the results will show below. At the top you'll see the business name, business address, business telephone, and business type. If you want to see the details of a business, simply click on the business name, and it will open a new tab or window showing the business details for that business with all of the contact information, etc. for that business. You can either close the window by using the close button, close the tab, or close the window that you're in if it opened a new window. Finally, if you have a very long list and you want to export it to Excel, you can simply click on the button here that says Export Results to Excel. And you'll notice a little pop-up, and this will vary based on the type of browser you have, but it should prompt you to either open or save. And I can open if I'd like to. And it will pull up Excel and fill out the spreadsheet with the business information. Now in Excel, you can simply double-click in between each of the cells at the top where you get the crosshairs, and it will automatically expand each field for better viewing. And again, please remember that you can get to any section of the business registry, again, simply by clicking on any of the links at the top. Also note that further help is available at the top left of the site. There are instructions, FAQs, as well as a Contact Us link. This concludes the Section 3 Business Registry training.